Why do you think so many men are traveling overseas to find wives in other countries?
Men are traveling overseas to find wives. Why? I'm right here. I'm single.
No,
Why?
no.
I want to be married.
Right, but I'm saying, do you typically see women traveling overseas
If
to find
men are
husbands?
traveling overseas to countries that have less money and less education, it's because they want a woman who is dependent on them for their livelihood, for their resources, to have a good life. And I don't think that that is a good thing.
A lot of the men I know that go overseas to find wives are not great dudes.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, they're pervy.
Why do you think so many men are traveling overseas to find wives in other countries?
Men are traveling overseas to find wives. Why? I'm right here. I'm single.
No,
Why?
no.
I want to be married.
Right, but I'm saying, do you typically see women traveling overseas
If
to find
men are
husbands?
traveling overseas to countries that have less money and less education, it's because they want a woman who is dependent on them for their livelihood, for their resources, to have a good life. And I don't think that that is a good thing.
A lot of the men I know that go overseas to find wives are not great dudes.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, they're pervy.
So, first thing I want to say is, okay, the second girl just seemed like she don't know what time it is. Okay, like she don't even know the saying, like she don't know which clock is striking. That's what she's giving me. Okay, like she don't know what's going on. That's first things first. Anyway, that's why you saw me giggling. But anyway, this first woman, right? I wanted to say something because as soon as I saw this, I was like, we need to talk about this. One thing I want to say, I always say this, but it's one thing that I clearly don't understand is why is it that Americans think that anytime somebody travels outside of America, that every other country is poorer than America? Why do they think that everyone outside of America is suffering or struggling or in a situation of dire need and they can't survive, they can't sustain themselves? Like, they act like everyone else is a weaker vessel. Traveling overseas is just when they get on a plane and they are off American soil. There are a lot, okay, of thriving countries. Don't get it twisted. Not because you go there and you stay in a resort means you know anything about a country. Not because you heard somebody say means you know anything about a country. There are a lot of places that you go to and you would be surprised the amount of wealth that the people who live there obtain because of your lack of knowledge. So I hear this conversation a lot when people say like going overseas. They make it seem like everywhere they go that these are just, the slums, and they're getting women from these poor lifestyles who've never experienced anything because these countries are just so desperate and these women are so desperate to leave. There's a lot of men who go overseas to marry women and end up moving there because they find richness in the life wherever their woman is. How come we don't talk about that? They don't always, oftentimes I see that they don't come back with the wife. A lot of times they stay there and build an entire family or lifestyle over there in whatever country it is. So I just wanted to clarify that because that's very annoying. And it shows the ignorance of a lot of people who are from here that have never gone anywhere, have never traveled. I just want to say that. So stop trying to demean these women like they all come from these poor backgrounds in the slums and, they don't even have money for food or drinks, because if we go to California right now, there's a lot of people that you can go down. I think it's called Skid Row. You go to places in California and they look way worse than third world countries. Just being honest. Okay. I just wanted to state my claim. Sorry. Anyway, another thing. This woman has just shown, okay, with this exact conversation, that as soon as women, this is what she's doing. She's exposed female nature to the fact that as soon as women have an education, okay, or a higher education, as soon as women can basically do better on their own, they disrespect their men. That's what she's saying. She's saying that the only women who are respectful to their husbands or to their men are women who have to solely and 100% rely on their spouse for survival. Shouldn't you be embarrassed to say that? Shouldn't you be ashamed to say that? that it would take you having to go back in time when we needed our men for them to get the respect from us that they should just deserve as a human right? Shouldn't that be shameful? It should be shameful in my opinion. A lot of women are so quick and so easy to give thanks to anybody else around them. Literally everyone. They will thank the dog, the cat, the bunny, their friends, their coworkers, their boss that cannot stand them. They will give their thanks and their props and their gratitude to everybody else. But you see, as soon as a man says that he's going to honor them or sleep in the same bed with them every night or commit to them, that's when all the respect for him goes out the window. They're like, oh, nope, can't stand him. I got to show him every day how much I don't need him and how much I don't want him around. Let me prove to him how much I don't want to be around him. Let me turn him down every chance he gets, even though I didn't do that in the dating phase. It's awful. You're the one exposing the nature of women, and you don't even realize it because you're so busy talking. Another thing I want to say, speaking of that. This man asked a specific question. He asked about men traveling overseas to find wives. The second part of the question, I'm pretty sure you guys could barely hear it because she was over talking him to try to prove the point of what the first part of the conversation is that he had. He was asking her, do women also go across overseas to go find a husband? We couldn't even hear that. But here you are standing there, stating your claim, talking about you single, you ready for a husband, you know why they got to go overseas when they can be with you, and you can't even listen. You're listening to respond. You're listening to have an answer. You can't just be quiet and wait. You're rushing. Everything you do, you're just rushing, moving too fast, talking too fast, saying too much. And then you wonder why you have trouble in relationships. Hello? A lot of women in the comment section of this post, a lot of the black women, oh, well, this is white women saying this, so I want to see what the man gonna say about this now. You see, the line, when it comes to women who live here, okay, the line of disrespect is not racial. It's not racial. Black women like myself or black people like ourselves, we have a certain set of issues that we talk to specific women about because of our specific issues. But you see the disrespect thing and the women being out of order, that transcends color, honey. Transcends space, time, color, nationality. Don't get it twisted. Because especially in a time of social media, all of the people are starting to look, act, and talk the same way. I can be here right now and go on my phone and see somebody in Australia right now. See what they're doing, see how they're talking, see how they're moving. A lot of these trends of disrespecting men, again, where did feminism stem from? Y'all. We the one that got caught with the okie doke and was following y'all. You said, I want to be equivalent to my man. So I'm going to do this because I want to be equal to my man. And we were like, yeah, I want to be equal to your man too. Because my man isn't even considered a person. So the second girl, again, I don't even know if it's even worth responding to what she said because she don't even seem like she knows what's going on. Okay, I'm just being honest. It's amazing that, women say that there's not good quality men, but at the same time, there's women who are always crying over a guy who doesn't propose to them. They're crying over the guy who doesn't want to have children with them. They're crying when he breaks up with them and moves on and marries somebody else. Like, they're always saying these things. But apparently there's no good men. Or is it that you run them away? Or is it that you're not attracting to them? Or is it that you're not their type? You could only be the options. You're not in the wife category, the girlfriend category. This is my 2 cents, y'all. Okay, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.